Saying no. Niggas know how I'm bumming, nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is thick. Suckers wanna play and load my K until that bitch click. Big stick, hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam, I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine, I'm on the goal line. And I'm going for 6, watch me up the scope. Caught him at the stove, he was with his hoe. Had to let him know, that's your ass, you don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up, boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch, get off dick, tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air, you see me, I'm fly as bird shit. Never on no nerd shit, why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke, you get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas talking about they on some gang shit. Nigga, you's a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you's a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe, cause hoes get dope. Man, your pussy ass a cat.
We fucking live, my niggas.
Tell him free to act. Dealing free a rat, you know he told how you sleep with.
Heart2Start Fantasy Podcast coming live from the Heart2Start Studios. Top wide receiver rankings, top 12 for your 2022 season, man. Heart2Start Kev here. Y'all see me, Ellis Greens. You see I got the shirt on, man. That's our cannabis family company, you know what I'm saying? Gucci and JD, what's happening, baby?
What it do, man? Back with the second episode, man. About to talk about these motherfucking wide receivers, man.
Talk about these wide receivers,
Let's talk
man.
about
We
it.
had to come to the studio so we could get right, you know what I mean? Get the feel, get high together. You know, we got the angle with two people right now. Normally it'd be, you know, all of us here, but it's just us here tonight. But we do got a special guest, and I say special even though y'all see him. He is special, you know, not special in a lot of ways, man. Near and dear to our heart. Pause. The homie fam, Bam, Bogart Scott Free. What's happening with you, baby?
Hey, listen, I've been known to ride the yellow bus. You feel me?
You know, all my people on the spectrum, you know what I'm saying? Some real smart individuals.
Listen, I didn't mean anybody to disrespect. I'm talking about because I'm from the Yay, where, you know, when we go dumb, you know what I mean?
Where we go, dummy.
Special Ed, give me money. You know what I mean?
Give me
The hype
money.
ain't dead, man.
Hey, it ain't never died. It just got
It
watered
ain't-
down.
It ain't never died, man, because we will still open up the doors on you. We still will make that motherfucking yank, you know what I mean? And you know, if I was to have a little relapse and pop a half a thing right now, you might catch me ghost riding the whip down the street right now, man. Hey, you know, or with the culture around this motherfucker, man. We born ready to this motherfucker.
Hustler. Wood, what's happening with you, man?
Oh,
Y'all go ahead and follow Bogart, man, at the GMM Network.
yep.
They dropping content every day.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
day they got something going on. You could talk fantasy, listen to it, chat live in the comments. Shout out to the Fantasy Hustler on there. You feel me? Going crazy every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shout out to all our other homies out there as well.
Hustle's a machine, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm happy to be along for the ride because, you know what I mean? I just love this fantasy shit. But yeah, you got tap in with us every day. We turning up the FNT. It's 2 days a week right now. We'll turn it up to like 3 days, and eventually during the year we're doing the 5 days a week. Then, you know, you catch us on the Playmakers on a Saturday. Shout out to all the Playmakers. We got Guccini, we got Peacock, we got the Guru. You know what I mean? And we got the every so often my man Fornicator pop up. And obviously, shout out to Hess. Hess. I'm high. Shout out to Hess too, by the way, if he's watching. Oh man, I'm high to the motherfucker. I'm happy to be here talking to some top 12 receivers. Let's go.
Yes, sir. And while y'all at it, y'all go ahead and follow us at the Heart2Start Podcast. Heart2Start Podcast on Instagram. Go ahead and check some of them old YouTube clips out too. See how we get down. You know, and we're going to rock and roll how we do it. Let's get jumping on these top 12 wide receiver rankings for y'all Monday night. You know, football around the corner. We'll go ahead and just kick it off then, man. We're going to start from 12 tonight, y'all. We did it a little different last time. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with JD's number 12, and he got A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown, you damn right, bro.
New team don't matter?
New team don't matter. He going in. Hurts finna get him the ball. Target rate 32.9% with a Tannehill. Tannehill, I made this kind of famous on one of our episodes. Shout out to Brody Cortez. We all three was in here, and I you know nigga I left school kind of early, right? So I forgot the greater than less than sign, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna do this. I'm gonna throw it back to that right now.
You gotta remember.
Tannehill or Hurts. You know what I mean? The greater than the less than sign, and I'm taking whatever side it is with Hurts, and I believe that Hurts is going to be able to continue to get AJ Brown 27% target share, which was ninth in the league. You know what I mean? I think he only played 12 games, 105 targets, 63 receptions, even though that's not a lot. But he do damage. 869 yards and 5 TDs. Bro, if he play 15, 16 games, give him the 17 games with a Jalen Hurts who's hungry, where they keep saying, oh, well, if he don't make it this year, the draft capital that they got, they can go get one of them top 3 quarterback. Man, get the fuck out of here.
He already looks sharp.
He's ready to go right now, bro. And AJ Brown is finna be the recipientary of that hungry Hurts, and he should. It's a couple of people above that I have AJ Brown above, but I just like the offenses a little bit better. But yet AJ Brown can sneak higher than where I have him at 12.
And he wanted
11 yards, which was 40. So he ain't doing his damage a lot down the field, but you know what I mean. He's once he get the ball, when he get the ball in his hands, he's a dog. We seen it in the Niner game on Thursday night. He was bullying boys, bro.
So normally I disagree with you, JD. Sometimes, not normally, but we kind of disagree a lot, right? But with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and I had AJ Brown at number 8.
Ooh.
I'm gonna tell you why. I had him at number 8. You got him at 12. I got him at number 8. The reason I got him at number 8 is, like you said, Tannehill, yeah, but it was a run-first offense. They had Henry. And, his stats weren't crazy. You know what I'm saying? He had 1,000 yards last year. It's really the yards per catch, how he does with his yak, that makes him special, right? So, 9 TDs last year, obviously 16 games, 12 the year before, and he only played 14 games. So we haven't seen him hit his ceiling or even close to it yet. I throw in Jalen Hurts. I throw in that the defense isn't going to just zero in on him because they still got Devontae Smith. They got Goddard. You know what I'm saying? Still got a strong run game. And for them to give up what they gave up to bring A.J. Brown in, I think we can get at least 1,400 yards. Even if it's not 14, even if Hurts doesn't throw that many and he just goes 200 yards than he did his last 2 years, which was 1,000. Now he got about 1,200. I still give him 11 to 13 TDs. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those games where he's getting you bonus points because of those long touchdowns. And that's where his fantasy points are going to go. And that's where I got him at number 8. It might be high. Now, I'll say this before you go. There's a difference between having him at number 8 and willing to draft him high. I'm not willing to draft him in the second round. There's a lot of other players that I would rather have than him. I'm looking to hopefully score him in the third.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like because
we'll get to that, Wood. We'll get to that.
I think you were I was literally talking to you when you first came back from your fantasy hibernation, right? And
I'm still there almost. JD forced me out, bro. I really wanted to say I'm not doing a podcast, bro. It's somebody else.
And he came out of fantasy hibernation, and we were talking to AJ Brown, remember? And I was like, I wasn't really with it because I was like, well, they're the low, lowest pass volume out of 32 teams last year. Was like 420 something. You know what I mean? And then they led the league in rush attempts. But then, then JD kind of brought me around. He was like, well, they were throwing that thing a lot in the beginning, remember? And I was like, yeah, that's true. They kind of morphed into this rushing attack because that was working. And then, like, also the fact that Hurts rushes the ball too, so that inflated their rushing numbers. So it's like now that he has a weapon, and he, matter of fact, I like that this is they got his boys there. You know what I mean? We all know he had the college correlation with Devontae Smith. I didn't know that he's boys with AJ Brown in real life. Like that's his godfather.
I didn't know that neither.
Yeah, like they like their family like that. So it's like it's kind of dope because he advocated for them to bring him, to get him
And that's what I'm saying, bro. You don't bring him in if you're not about to throw the ball.
Yeah, so I came around far on AJ Brown. I was far off AJ Brown, being that like like you said, he's coming for the 32% target market share, but he's really the only game in town. We're not really there wasn't really no secondary option for AJ Brown, so he could eat on a low pass volume team, considering that he's getting a big piece of a small pie. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. And to add to that, Hurts, he threw for 3,100 yards, 3,144 yards, right? But Devontae Smith didn't go over 1,000. He got close to 1,000 on 60 receptions, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's somewhere in that ballpark, right? Zach Ertz didn't hit 1,000, but he got close to about 700. That ain't nothing but about 1,500 yards right there, right? And then you just them two right there, even though Zach Ertz or Dallas Goedert, excuse me, Dallas Goedert had about 700 yards. But between Goddard and Devontae Smith, that ain't nothing but 1,500, even though that Ertz played like about 7 games with him. But after that, Ertz is gone. Ain't nobody else behind Devontae Smith part of that 3,100 yards besides Goddard that's still there. So if it's a low volume passing offense,
it's concentrated market share.
Concentrate 100%, bro. He's definitely going to be able to get a lot of that, and he's going to be able to do a lot of damage on 100 targets, because we seen what he did, and he missed games last year. So don't let him play 17 games and still get 100 targets, but he gonna get probably 80-90%. No, he ain't gonna get 100 targets with 90 receptions. That's way too efficient.
I mean,
it's gonna be in the
that's the thing about Tannehill too.
We've seen him do that his rookie year. What is rookie year? 50 catches.
70.
This is like
60 catches for 800, but his second year was 70 for 106. And that's with, like we said, a team that's not throwing that much, and when they do, he got to catch him. You know what I'm saying? This is different.
That's like
and that's scouting though. See, and that goes back to the scouting department for Tennessee, because they know they had a run first offense, so they needed a receiver that's going to be able to do a lot with a little bit, bruh. It wasn't going to be a one-trick pony where we just, we're going to run it and then try and hit play action. No, this boy, he taking it.
Now Philly, I wouldn't be surprised if Philly threw some Debo Samuel type runs.
Yeah,
it's any
next year.
It's any.
I mean,
for sure.
This year. All right, let's go to JD. Let's go to my number 11. And let's go to your number 11. We'll go to your number 11.
12? Did you say you're 12?
Oh, my 12. You're right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Number 12, I got Debo. And a lot of people got Debo way higher than this. I got Debo at 12. I'm not buying the Debo in the second round. He might do it, but they paid him that money, and I feel like, some of the reasons they were saying behind the scenes were, how he's going to be used, and he wants to get paid as if he wants to get used like that. A lot of the reason why they were running with him was because Elijah Mitchell was banged up at the end of the year. Yeah. Ayuk was starting to come along at the end of the year. Now they're able to use him there and keep him out there. So it was all these factors of things that I don't think are going to happen this year. You got Trey Lance a little bit. You got Debo. Ayuk's back in good graces. You got rookie wide receivers, and it's always next man up when the 49ers. I don't think they're going to have to use Debo like they did last year, and they're going to wait until they need to use him like that. So I got him back there at that number 12, and probably a lot of people are going to hate me.
You know what's scary? Elijah Mitchell hurt right now.
All right, they know he the starter.
I know. I'm just saying though. He got a hamstring. It's like it takes those dominoes to fall. Is what you're saying though. You know what I mean? And that really boosted his carries. I mean, and then also his carries, he was just mad efficient too. So it wasn't like he was getting like a full ass workload like a running back. He was just
Well, I'm gonna give you some stats though that show you that this was already forecasted. In Debo rookie season, He had 14 rushes, 159 yards, and 3 TDs. Even though that's not a lot, but that's efficient. 14 carries for 159 yards and 3 TDs.
So let's just go. We're gonna skip around, and you got him at number 5.
I got
so
him
now
up
we're gonna talk about you having him at 5 and me having him at 12.
But that shows that Shanahan already knew that Debo can do this. 100%.
Yeah.
The reason why I got Debo so high is because his stats as a wide receiver, not no rushing stats. We gonna get into and why I got him at 5, but let's keep going. So my number 11 is Michael Pittman.
Oh.
I got Pittman up there. You know, his last year's numbers was 129 targets, which was 14th, 88 receptions, 15th, 1082 his yardage, which was 16th, all damn near, top 15 numbers, you know what I mean? 6 TDs, which was 20th in the league. Target share, 25.7, which was 14th, top 15 number again. Target rate, 25.2, 29th in the league. A-dot, 8.8, which was 71st. I know there's a lot of numbers. I'm geeking out a little bit, but this just to give you my retrospect on why I got him right there. Red zone target, 17th. Another top 15 finish at 14, and then his Yak 341, which was 22. So all that said, damn near all them numbers was a top 15 finish, damn near in every category with Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? Now you throw that in with Matty Ice, that's gonna be able to lead the team a whole lot better and getting more quality targets, bro.
Yeah.
This could be the breakout season right here for Michael Pittman, and he already had. Back in top WR2 numbers. Yeah,
would you say he broke out last year? Because he got the Thou Wow last year, right? So it's like technically he arrived already, right?
100%. No, he's in the game for sure.
This is that jump. So you see the tugs coming though too.
We see. I see some type of more of a production season that he has on film right now in the last 2 years. I think he breaks out to being in the top 12 receivers this year with Matty Ice.
Bogey, before you go, I know where you're going because we think alike in a lot of different ways, right? That's why we click like that, right? I got Pittman at my number 9, right? And the reason is because of what Bogey just said. Touchdowns is coming. He only had 6 last year.
Mm-hmm.
With Carson Wentz, like you said, still 88 catches, 1,000 yards.
Oh, yeah.
12 yards per catch. Line him up. Matt Ryan has been known to lock in on one receiver. And
they
two.
pretty much only got one.
I mean, they only got one. I like Pierce. I like Pierce. I like Pierce as a sleeper this year.
He ain't going to be one of the top leading.
No, they're going to run the ball.
He ain't going to be up there in reception. He might have.
They got a quarterback.
Receptions too,
they got a quarterback that people can actually respect.
100%
compared to Carson Wentz. And I see Pittman going stupid this year, and I'm hoping for him.
And to have to respect the run, that's like Pittman's gonna, he's gonna dominate single coverage. You know what I mean? And like Matt Ryan in his career, he has one of the higher completion rate against man coverage. So he's one of those. You know what I mean? Like, give it to him. You know what I mean?
Give it
a lot of it was those Shanahan years. You know what I mean? Because then it was like he was just killing play action when he got that single. When he got that look he wanted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shit, they even came out and said they don't want to just like run Taylor into the ground. Like they got a guy they can throw the ball with. It's funny too, because they be trying to watch what they say because everything sounds like a shot to like Carson Wentz or what they used to have, you know what I mean? It's like they actually that they can throw the ball with. So, you know what I mean? You're gonna see different forms of this offense, you know what I mean?
Hey, it was a shot when you gave up a first round to bring him in the building, and then you gave up a pick to get rid of him. It was already a shot.
I mean, everybody sees it just like they see it, like they know the value. Like you can't get a first in return after that. Like it's a good thing they even got 2 twos for that.
Right, and you know what though, bro? That's why Carson Wentz should have a motherfucking Chippewa right now. As big as the motherfucking Empire State Building, bro, because you didn't got rid of you. That, you know what I mean? They talking bad about you.
So, hey, you know what's crazy? So look, this is a perfect segue, right? About Carson Wentz. It's funny that we talking about Carson Wentz, right? And my number 11 receiver is McLaurin,
Yes.
right? It's McLaurin, right? But I'm gonna say this. Think about this. This cap logic, and you can agree or not. Carson Wentz, when he went to the Colts, he was coming off of when everybody's talking bad. Oh, it was really Foles. Did Foles really win the Super Bowl or not? Oh, you did bad. Yeah, Foles, it was you. You're terrible. He was nervous back then. Now he has nothing to lose, right? He's going to a Washington team where you know they're going to be in a dogfight. So I expect him to play a little bit looser and be taking a lot more shots than he did on the Colts that might not have as good as a wide receiver core. Now I know, you got the Colts wide receivers is a little bit the same as it was last year, but the Redskins get Jahan Dotson, grab him. They still got pass catching running backs. Like they're gonna be moving the ball and having to be and possibly being down a lot unless their defense is what it should have been. But I got McLaurin, man. They gave him the money. He's only had 5 touchdowns and 1,000 yards. If we think Michael Pittman gonna up that, I think McLaurin gonna up it.
I'm with you with the McLaurin over I am with Pittman, because there is still a case to be made that like we're gonna need that high level efficiency too, because it is still a run first team. Like I don't give a fuck if Frank Reich does say, you know what I mean? Like I'd still like say it's better chance in my opinion that McLaurin is the guy that I would have right here than a Pittman. You know what I mean?
And see, even with McLaurin, you talk about the quarterbacks he's had.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much been QB proof all the way up until Heineken last year. You know what I mean? Because and still like he still piled up like okay numbers, but it was on a per game basis. Not it was shit. And like one thing about McLaurin is he catches the ball with his hands, bro. And you know what I mean? And he's Wentz is hella inaccurate down the field, but he still gets it down there. You know what I mean? So McLaurin will make plays on those balls with those hands. He has some of the best hands. He had all shit QBs. You know what I mean?
JD, let's get into your number 10, T. Higgins.
I got T. Higgins, man.
I like that. That's spicy.
I want to break down his numbers just like how I did Pittman, because it kind of coincide why I got him so high. So he had 110 targets, which was 27th in the league. 74 receptions, 26th in the league. 1,091 yards, 15th in the league. 6 TDs, 20th. Target share was 23.9, which is 22nd in the league. Target rate, 24.5, which was 33rd in the league. A-dot, 11.8, 26 in the league. Deep target, 30th in the league. 17 deep targets, which is 30th in the league. Red zone targets 13, 29th in the league, and his yak was 310, which is 26 in the league. And that was in an offense that damn near supported 3 1,000-yard receivers. And one of the receivers, I got him in my top 5 is Chase. The same way that Chase did his damage, T. Higgins did his damage, but he just didn't have 1,400 yards. But yet, you know what I mean? Highly involved, high-powered offense, and it can only get better for him, bro. 100%. Receptions could damn near go up easily. 74 receptions. That could easily go up. His 1,091 yards, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And he getting the ball, and he getting 17 deep targets, 8.11.8 yards per man, bro. Hey, and he getting 24.5 target rate, bro. Oh my goodness.
Like 1,500.
Hey, and I got Joe Burrow throwing for 5,000 yards this year, and Joe Burrow only missed it by like 500
yards last year, throwing for 5,000. Well, so all three of the weapons in that offense is supporting. You can schedule them in for a K a piece.
You know what's crazy?
100%.
He took that last game off too. He probably gets. I mean, he was throwing for 400 that last stretch, like every game. Remember that?
T. Higgins played 14 games, 1,000 yards, 74 catches, 6 touchdowns. I don't have T. Higgins in my top 12, but I'm actually staying away from him in real life because I don't want to pay a 4th-round pick for him.
I feel like it's a
4th?
Last year, I got him in the close to double-digit rounds. I believed in him last year. Chase took off. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that, I think his touchdowns. I think about 1,000 yards is 1,200 is kind of where he's at, and that could get him in the top 10, but it could also keep him right outside of it too.
Fuck no, bro.
If he does what he did last year and just a little better, it could possibly keep him outside of it, depending on what other receivers ahead of him do. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
If I was to make an argument against Higgins, like, first of all, if I make an argument against him, I'd be like, well, I'd probably like double Chase, and then my best cover corner, I'm putting, or whoever's my best on man, I'm putting them on Higgins. You know what I mean? So like, it could be that, or it could be like, when they play man, you know what I mean? They're gonna always double. They're gonna bring the safety over to Chase, and like he might be with like some secondary corner and burn the fuck out of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like just because he goes for it, route runner. Higgins is dope. Higgins is the X receiver, like by nature. Like they use him in every fashion.
I'm a Higgins fan for sure. I mean, I think it's documented. I rode with him all the way, played him all the way last year till I couldn't.
This type of offense that we seen in Cincinnati is damn near like the Rams, the Showtime on the greatest show on earth, turf, or whatever the fuck that shit was.
Yeah.
You had a Falk, you had a Torrey, you had an Isaac Bruce, and you had an Isaac King. They have all of that, bro. They have all of that. They just invested into that fucking line, bro. The defense is gonna be solid like they was last year, bro. 100%. Joe Burrow throwing for 5K this year, barring no injury. There's no stopping that offense, bro. They just got better, bro.
Wood said, "Is it arguable Boyd is a better value?"
I mean, Boyd is hit and miss. Boyd, you're gonna, because I have Boyd, and
Boyd is the cuff. If there's ever a receiver cuff, it's Boyd.
So in a deeper format, so in a 14 team, Boyd is valuable, but in a 12 team, no. Because he only averaged probably like about 10 fantasy points per game. I got that.
Yeah, I was about to say he's like a 4 for 60.
Yeah, but he had a few games last year where he had put up like 20 plus points, but it's hit and miss. So you can't rely on him to start unless you're in a 14 team league or something like that. Yeah. But he damn near hit for 1,000 yards last year. I said he almost had 3,000 yard receivers.
Look at how many times did Joe Burrow how many pass attempts did he have? Because he was mad efficient, super efficient, like 70%.
Yeah, he was. My man.
You know what I'm saying? Any Sagittarius, so there's that. You know what I mean? Like,
go. Let it be known, my nigga.
The only other ones who repeat this, and it's just dope because Hustle actually he has this all like in like a spreadsheet type of shit for like the last two running backs, and it's the Sagittarius. We're the ones that we can repeat the efficiency. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. Like if Joe Burrow does it again, you know what I'm saying? We know why. You know what I mean?
Oh, everything. Don't let it be known like that, bro.
Just be like having
that was giving out too much game.
They mirror the same years. Like look at Russ's like pass attempts. And
he had 520 last year, and he completed 366 of them. Crazy, so that got to give him about 65%. Yeah, damn near 70. Shit. He was
PFF's top graded QB.
4,600 yards, 34 TDs, and 14 INTs.
Shout out Ricky Williams.
Man, I'm fucking with Joe Burrow this year, and I want a piece of that offense though. Hey. If a quarterback throwing for 5,000 yards, which is Brady, Herbert, Allen, and the boy I just said, I can't think of his name. All four of them offenses or 5 offenses, whatever it was, they throwing for 5K. You want a piece of that motherfucking
How much did he
offense.
score? How much did he throw last year?
Who?
Burrow.
4,600. That's 5K.
So 4,600. So Higgins only had 1,000, but he only played 14 games. And they talking about using Mixon more in the pass game. You still got Boyd there. Higgins is battling a shoulder injury, which he's battling off-season surgery or his clavicle or something like that, right? And I just think that grabbing him in the 4th round, you gonna be I can't do it. I do see the value in it, but I can't do it in the fourth, and that's where he would be in the top 12 to me. But look, I'm gonna tell y'all my top 10, my number 10, and I do feel like it's gonna be a little controversial. That's DJ Moore.
No.
DJ
I'm not
Moore.
mad. I'm not mad.
DJ Moore. 1,000 yards in every year except last year. With the shit, he's been having nothing but shit quarterbacks. 1,100, 1,200, 800. To all his touchdowns, never had 5 or more. He only had 2 last year. Baker got a chip on his shoulder. Got a chip on his shoulder.
Hey, Wood, are you in the chat right now, bro? What is he talking about?
DJ Moore. If you say Higgins gonna get 1,200, I'm gonna say DJ Moore gonna have 1,300 to 1,400 yards and at least 5 to 6 TDs.
Fuck no.
I mean, a lot of bonus points.
I don't think he's had number more than 4 touchdowns on average in a season. So like
4-4-4-2. He's never had it.
4-4.
This the year.
That nigga is a 72 colors 4-4 deuce.
I'm telling you. Look, Wood said I love this. Hey, DJ Moore is gonna have a great season, and I'm gonna tell you why as well. Even if there was any situation where you're not worried about the quarterback, it might be this one because you have 2 quarterbacks. Darnold is on his way out. If there's a reason he comes in and Baker's hurt or whatever the case, and Darnold plays and he don't do nothing, he's going to be out the league. He's Darnold. He's showed I got weapons. You got Terrence Marshall going to be a little better this year. He's going to open it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They got young tight ends over there.
Take his spot.
They got young tight
getting on the field.
He's going to get on there this year.
Higgins going to take his spot,
They all going to play. He had a McCaffrey, they using him, they using Foreman like DJ Moore, and the value is there. And I do this a lot when I do my rankings. Sometimes I throw this in and tell y'all, I say, I'm saying he's a top 10, but for me, it's more value. The hit chance that you got, what you going to pay off is a lot higher. It's a bigger risk, high reward, less risk, high reward. And those are the type of chances you want to take in fantasy. DJ Moore is going in the 7th, 8th round. He's going after Jerry Jeudy, and I can't understand it. What has Jerry Jeudy done in the NFL? I know he's still young, but this don't make sense to me.
Russell Wilson now, though.
That's fine. He could be tighter Russell Wilson. DJ Moore, they always going to be – it's a high chance they always going to be down. They're going to use McCaffrey less. There's no way McCaffrey, with his durability, is going to be playing catching the ball any much as he's used to, bro. Yeah. I guarantee DJ Moore is going to be that guy that's going to win some people some leagues this year because you're going to be able to get him in the 7th, 8th round, possibly 6th at the worst, and he's going to give you value. I'm telling you.
Here's my argument against him is that like CMC, he needed to be hurt right last year. You know what I'm saying? And he got hurt early, and then he just fell off. He became a focal point. And then so it's like defense is keyed in on him. But then if it's Baker, like Baker will stretch the field more. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about with Sam is, he's safe space Sam. He's just going to throw everything short. So like CMC and DJ Moore. So I'm with you with the DJ Moore. Like if you say he's going to get 100 receptions, I'm not going to argue that. You know what I mean? But like the 1,200 yard, 1,300 yards, I don't know. Maybe he'll scrape a thou wow again. You know what I mean?
Other than last year, he's had 1,175, 1,193. That's 1,200.
He's averaging like that. Okay, so it's
not 1,200. He had 1,100 yards every year, but last year.
Really looking for the receptions then.
87, 66, and 93. And he only played 15 games with the 87. He had 15 games, 87 yards, 1,200, 4 touchdowns was his best year. He finished 12th overall. He can sneak into the top 10, I'm telling you. Mark my words, the value you're going to get him, you running around, depending on how you construct your team, and you see him there, and he's your second wide receiver if you got 2 running backs, or your third wide receiver because he's better than the running backs that are out there, I'm telling you. And the TD's going to go up just a little bit.
Because he never rises like where he's been, too, where he's been going.
And I'm going to tell you what kills it, and I had him last year.
as
People
my
got sour taste in their mouth.
as my third
They
receiver.
drafted too high.
So, no, I had him in the 7th round. I was just watching the draft yesterday.
That's nice.
I didn't take him high, and the boy only scored. He averaged 14 points per game. So his boom games came in the first 4 games where he went over 20 points, and he was as a WR1 in the first 4 weeks when C-Mac was playing. After that, there was no telling when you could start him. There was no telling when you can start him, even though that he hit for 1157, 93 receptions. But at 14 points per game, his boom games came. Boom got shout out to Go Yayo, free Go Yayo, bro. He boomed early. You can't depend on that.
I agree with that. But what was happening yesterday, don't necessarily happen today.
I understand that. But for his whole career in his league, just like McLaurin, the T-Mac, they floor is what really we've only seen. So when are we gonna see the breakout? When you done your film on paperwork or your production on film is your floor. We haven't seen that. When we gonna see it? So we gonna draft this shit hoping that we gonna see it, bro. And I'll be
an optimist. You'll be a pessimist.
Yeah, with them two players,
the optimism is
with them two
that
players,
his floor is 11 to 1,200 yards, and he good for 14 with a couple more TDs.
163 targets.
And the pessimism is
I'm gonna give you a number.
His ceiling is 1,150 yards, and I can't argue.
I got one number. Look, bro, the boy had 163 targets, right? 2 other receivers.
That's a bad quarterback.
2 other receivers that had 160 over 160 targets. JJ, Devontae, and Cup. And that boy ain't produced nowhere near. And you saying with Baker Mayfield 163 targets, if he get that, he gonna produce.
You got to take two of them receivers out because of their quarterback.
I'm just saying though. He can't do it, bro. He can't do it.
We'll allow it,
bro. And he didn't have the opportunity. He didn't have the.
This one was gonna be controversial.
He had the opportunity share of top 3 receivers and produce.
Let's spend less time on
that's good for positive regression. Then you know what I mean. If it was that, it's just like the Dalvin Cook in the red zone carries, right? Like he's bound to hit pay dirt next year.
You can't do that, bro, because Dalvin Cook got top 5 finishes on paperwork, and DJ Moore don't.
Yeah,
got no
DJ Moore ain't yet.
And we ain't seen it yet. So that's what I'm saying. He got multiple years in the league, and his floor is basically his ceiling.
Okay,
ceiling is the roof.
Landry was Baker's his slot guy to note, right? What's Landry's best year look like? I'm just curious.
He had like 10 TDs and 1,100 yards though.
I'll look that up. That might let's keep that as a factor. I'm gonna jump to JD's and I'm gonna look that stat up. JD's number 9 is Mike Evans. And I'm gonna go look up Landry. We're talking about Baker.
Mike E. Let me go back to my notes.
They did Baker dirty, man. He mad.
Target share.
And he was banged up, putting it all on the line last year with the injury.
Mike E. Target rate.
He could throw
19.2, which was 69th in the league with all the injuries. No AB after week 14, 13. No Godwin after week 13. So Mike E had a 19.2 target rate, 69th in the league, bro. A 16.4 target share, which was 58th in the league, but yet he had a 113 targets, which was fucking 25th in the league, 74 receptions, 1,035 yards, and 14 TDs, all on target share and target rate numbers that was in the 50s and the 60s. And his A dot was 12.9, which was 15th in the league. Red zone targets was damn near top 10. 11th was 19 red zone targets. Man, come on, man. That shit ain't going nowhere, man. I ain't got to talk no more, man. Fuck is you talking about, man?
I'm gonna say one thing, and then Bogey, I'm gonna let you finish from here. Actually, I'm gonna say something. I'm using an analogy. Actually,
do it.
Hamstring. Hey, look, I got a Durango, y'all. I got it. I had twins, and me and my wife, we needed a cheap SUV with 3 rows. I got a Durango. I'm like, okay, we just gonna ride it until the wheels fall off, right? it's been good to me. It's did everything I needed it to do in these years I've had it. But
How
in the
many
back
years
of
you
my
had it,
mind,
though, bro?
knowing 4 years, in the back of my mind, knowing Durangos and Dodge, if it's not the hyped up engine, it's gonna give out on you soon.
So
man.
Mike
he
Evans
just
is
really
a
looked
Corsica.
to somebody in the
Corsica,
No,
bro.
Mike Evans is a good car. He's
What?
Mr. Trusty. He gonna get you there if he stay good.
He
He gonna have a
good.
great year. I
3
promise
years.
you.
Hold on, I got some shit written down.
I know
for
what
Mike
he
E.
gonna do. I
Mike
know what.
E.
I'm a big Mike Evans fan. I've had him since his rookie year. Had him last year. I've always had Mike Evans. I've always been a fan. But this might be that year. Go ahead, Bo.
Hell no. Ah!
I mean, it
Smoke,
sucks
where
that he has.
Wood at?
It's just he has the hamstring right now, but I'm gonna live in a world where he's ready for week 1 because you know what I mean the hamstring was already
Hamstring's
like
rest.
maybe a week ago, and I swear I just traded for him in a dynasty because it's like it's one of those things like it's kind of easier to get those vets sometimes because they'll just be like, oh, it's time now for me to move on, right? And I'm like, I'm trying to run it in for 1 more year for Mike Squeeze the Juices while Brady's there. Now he got this hamstring, but like you know. Gage is hurt. They bring in Julio. You know what I mean? I mean, Goddard is
Is it Julio or is it Julio, bro? Keep it 100.
I mean, shit. He's probably like
I'll just play with you.
he's the illest number 3 we've ever seen. Like,
Okay.
isn't that crazy?
Say that did.
He's gonna be the number 3 on there. So that you know what I mean? There's that. You know what I mean?
So they just
But,
really
like-
need to activate him after week 8.
I mean, and you know, that does help. Listen, and all he has to do is be healthy enough to help get attention away. Because then Mike Evans is he's the red zone king, bruh. Like they got that mind melt. You know what I mean? Maybe
Oh,
not
he's
even
gonna
close,
eat.
though.
If he plays all year, he's gonna eat. The touchdowns are gonna be.
But he missed a
as
couple
many
games
as he
last year
wants.
too, though.
The tou-
Like he didn't play all 17 games last year.
He played at the last
Yeah,
game.
he had the hamstring last year.
If I would have played, I didn't play him the
Mike E.
last game of the year. If I
Mike
would have
E.
played him, I'd have won.
Mike E is locked in. Mike E,
I'm ready to quit
to me,
again.
Mike E is the same of what Keenan is, and I got them back to back. They're the same player. Only one thing is that Keenan is locked in last 3 years, 1,000 yards, 100 receptions. Mike E, 70-something receptions, double-digit TDs, damn near 1,000 yards, if not 1,000 yards. Same motherfucking player, and they both averaged the same amount of fantasy points last year. It's just that Mike E, one of them outscored him by 0.3 points. I got the shit written down. I'm trying to get medicated right now, but yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
They're the same boys, and I got them ranked right next to each other. 100%.
So look, check this out, right? So my number 9, I don't got to talk about my 9 because we already talked about Michael Pittman. That's a shocker.
Oh, you got
I
Pittman
got
at
Pittman
9?
at 9. And
Yeah.
DJ Moore. You know, I always like
Federal.
to throw some shit
He's
in there.
smoke
And,
screening right now.
and-
dog.
nah, so,
He
so
said he
this,
smoked screen.
this is more so. This is more
I
so
think that's what
too.
Wood was saying in there too in the chat where he was just like,
No,
yeah,
look,
that's why
listen.
I kept asking for if he in the chat still.
This is
wanna
what I
get his
give
take.
this is what I give the people. Sometimes my top rankings are based on value, and I make sure I explain that to everybody when I make them. So when I say somebody like DJ Moore or Mike Pittman are in the top 10, they have action at being in the top 10, and you get the bonus of getting them later as to somebody who like Mike Evans, who you got to pick in the second round. He's not even in my top
You ain't gotta
12.
pick Mike Evans in the second round, bro.
Third round then. He's not even in my top 12.
Top 12?
Not in there.
Screening, bro. I'm telling you, Bogey, that's what he
I
does.
was not lying to people.
I was about to
Man.
say he's pretty high on Mike Evans. Like I thought he was just gonna we're yet to see his
I
Mike
don't
Evans.
I mean, the two people that replaced Mike Evans are in my rankings are Michael Pittman and DJ Moore.
Okay.
Wait
So,
to see who else you
I
got,
like
Bogey.
it. I do crazy shit too, so I'm all about it.
but the segue was to go into number 8, who JD brought up. His number 8, and that's Keenan Allen,
Yeah.
who I don't have in my top 12 as well.
Damn, the disrespect is crazy right now, dog.
When you draft Keenan Allen, you're drafting 100 receptions. Like that's just like off.
That's for the last 3 years, bro. Are you serious?
And he finally
red zone targets, 25 of them last year would put him at 5th in the league, even though he only has 6 TDs. But that's your knock on Keenan is that he don't get double digit TDs. But
what did you think?
You locking him in for 100 receptions and 1,000 yards every year for the last 3 years, and he's gonna do it for 4 years straight, bro. 100%.
I think he can get double digits if Herbert is throwing 40 tugs. That means Keenan Allen.
That's Eckler work, bro. We seen it last year. Even though Eckler ain't gonna hit for 20 TDs, but when they get if they not scoring from outside the 15 to 10, bro, I think that's a lot of Herbert or Mike Williams or somebody, bro. Maybe Farm might be, you know what I mean? Keenan, I don't see him for some reason, and you know it. And I should have. So when I do my stats in the red zone targets category, I just got the total number of targets, but it also breaks down how many receptions it has, and I need to start putting that down
to get the people. He had 106.
No, I'm talking about in the red zone.
Okay.
In the red zone.
Can I say something about Keenan Allen?
Yeah, go ahead.
He got 106 catches last year.
Mm-hmm.
I seen him work, and he is literally the guy that will get 10 catches,
70 yards.
70 yards and get you a hard 12.
I fucking love it.
14. And that's it. I think Mike Williams showed that he's the guy last year, bro.
No, that's what I just said about the last motherfucker we was talking about, though. But this motherfucker is.
What round is he going, Keenan Allen?
We can pull it. Hold on.
If you had to guess in my draft,
it would have to be the 5th. You taking him? You taking him in the 5th, 6th round? He ain't. If you got,
I think it might be like 3rd or 4th.
Hell no, I ain't
4th
taking
at least.
him in the 3rd.
Keenan Allen goes 3rd.
He goes in about 3rd, 4th round.
No, it got to be at the turn then. Yeah, he ain't going high.
I go look at some mock drafts right now.
Oh, Keenan Allen goes high, bro. PPR.
How you feel about Keenan Allen, Bogey? I'll look up how high he goes. What you feel about him at that spot?
He has Keenan Allen. What's this again?
Number 8.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That means that you're probably looking at maybe he gets like 1,100, but he gets you 120 catches this time around, and he gets the double-digit touchdowns. Because I am a Herbert believer. I know Herbert spreads the ball around, but like those are the two concentrated guys.
Wow, that's
third round is where he going is 80.
And like
what part of the 3rd round?
I believe Herbert can throw for 40.
Beginning.
If Herbert throws for
3, 4, 4, 5.
If he throws that many tugs, bro, like you know what I mean, it's just
I mean, if you think that McLaurin's TDs can go up, and I know that what I'm getting is 100 receptions. See, McLaurin's receptions ain't nowhere near 100.
No,
but yardage with Keenan and McLaurin is damn near the same. So, and I'm tied to a 5,000 yard quarterback. Hell yeah, give me that.
See, the only thing I don't like about him is, and then we'll get into what David said. Shout out to David in the comments.
Shout out to David, doggy.
The only thing I don't like about Keenan is, like I said, he has to get 10 catches to get you 12 to 14 points, depending on.
I love it though. That's a great floor.
Not in the 3rd round. I need somebody in the 3rd round that's gonna give me.
So, what receiver you think in the 3rd round that you would take more than than motherfucking Keenan?
Mike Evans, AJ Brown. No. Mike Evans, AJ Brown.
Oh yeah, AJ Brown for sure.
Yeah,
I'll take AJ Brown over Keenan.
Those two.
Depends on
those two. Those two. And I might, but look, I would wait and get Mike Williams 2 rounds later. Look, let's read what David said. I had Keenan the last 3 years, and he always provided a steady floor. Rarely disappointed, and at times will be great. Agree 100. Probably do the same again this season, but I do love Big Mike Williams.
Yeah, hell yeah.
2 rounds later, and you get
I'll have them both.
Mike Williams was ranked higher than Keenan Allen last year.
I won a couple.
But he fizzled out too, though. So he had the hot start, got cold, got a little bit hot. The inconsistency, we don't know that.
Yeah,
100%. You know what I mean? With steady Eddie, you know what I mean? Give me my guy. You know what I mean?
Mike Williams was the number 9 receiver, and it's crazy to me that he's going in the 5th round.
Because he blanked. You know why people they remember how he
because of his boom games. He had 50-point games.
and he always was hurt.
After that, it was nothing. So you got to look at the average points per game, bro. Some of them dudes, they be booming, then they fizzle out. You know what I mean? So you know, the spike, it give them, oh yeah, they boomed out as the number 9 overall, but points per game, the boy only had 14 points per game.
He had a bad stretch, but to me, look, he had a stretch where he had 2, 4, 3, 7, 7, 27. Bad stretch.
5 weeks.
But guess what? To me, he hasn't even played that many games in the last however many years.
Injuries.
So to
That's
me,
another thing of injuries.
So to me, he's still young, even though he got a bad body. But as far as like the little shit of the game, he's still young-minded. But he played 15 to 16 games in the last 4 years. So I like Mike Williams because he's clearly, to me, that's when Herbert is looking downfield and he loves to go deep. So I'll take Mike Williams 2 rounds later over Keenan Allen and hope that he doesn't get those bad stretches.
You were the guy that was saying the Cooper Kupp, not Robert Woods last year too, like before anyone.
Yeah, I loved Cooper Kupp all year. I had him in every league.
Like, I'm with you with the Mike Williams all the way. And listen, I won a couple championships last year. I had both of those motherfuckers, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I'm just like, man, I want it all, bro. Like they're about to throw that thing. You know what I mean? Give me the 2 guys that you're like, bro. Like see, Mike Williams. Here's the thing, Mike Williams has he might have blanked out for that stretch, but like if you would have got off him, right? Because where you got Mike, you're not where you're at in your league, in spite of Mike Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Keenan's ADP. David said Keenan's ADP is high.
Yeah, it's built into his ADP. Mike Williams.
I'm not mad at that, and that's how I got. You can make an argument like how I got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase both in my top 12. Mm-hmm. You can sneak Keenan and Mike Will, and then Mike Will made it in the top 12. You could damn near have them back to back. If you, especially the way you talking about the value with them.
He said
you can throw Higgins in there with the value, but I can't throw Keenan in the value category.
I'm not saying that because I got Keenan higher than Mike Williams.
Gotcha.
It's a high quality,
and that's what I was finna get to, bro. I can't stress it enough. I want to tie myself to a quarterback that's throwing for 5K yards, bro. Well, that's a high-powered offense. You had a motherfucking running back that produced 20 TDs in that offense. Now, if we go to motherfucking Cincinnati, you had a motherfucking receiver that hit for 82 receptions, but hit for almost 1,500 yards. He was eclipsed 18 yards per catch with 3,000, 1,000-yard receivers. Then you got you got Kupp, and then you got JJ, bro. You tying all them, bro. Yeah. I need a part of that offense that's putting up 30 points per game, or a quarterback that's tied to 5,000 yards.
I could definitely hear your argument.
Let me. Okay, so now we're at 8.
Okay, yeah. So 7. Look, I'm gonna go. So my 8. You gonna say something, Bogey?
No, because I want to say like this is interesting here because I would say the top 6 on everyone's list is what we consider elite. So I'm just interested to see how you guys are closing out before we get to the top 6. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
100%.
Yeah. So this
is set up, motherfucking.
And listen, Bogey, right when this shit is over, I want you to say yours. All right, read it out.
Yes,
read it out,
you motherfucker. You.
All right, so look,
like that.
My number 8. We don't have to talk too much about him, but it's AJ Brown, and you had him at 12, JD. We talked about him at the beginning of the show. Again, I'll just keep it brief. His receptions over the last 3 years, 63, 70, and 52 on a run-first offense. They brought him in. Hurts is good with him. He's good with Devontae. Goddard, he's going to be able to eat in a situation where yards per carry is his thing, where he could do a lot with a little. He's in that Debo category to me. He can get it and go. So that's why he's in my top. In 3rd round, you taking AJ Brown or Keenan? I know your answer is Keenan. Who you taking, Bogey, in the 3rd round?
AJ. I would take AJ in the 3rd round.
I mean, it just depends. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. It depends on my team build. Like, say, like, I got Jamar Chase, and then now I probably would lean Keenan Allen because I would want like a steady floor guy. Like say I want running back. I don't mind a running back, whatnot. I don't mind starting with AJ Brown as my WR1 or Keenan Allen. You know what I'm saying?
If you got 2 running backs, I feel a lot better with AJ.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel a lot safer with Keenan, but I wouldn't. I couldn't get Keenan in the third. I just can't. Like having that floor of 10, and it was just hard to watch. It was.
I'll take Keenan and I'll take Mike Williams. I don't give a fuck. I'll take Keenan.
You could probably. There's a situation where you can get AJ and Keenan on your team, possibly in the 3rd and 4th round. I think a lot of people are.
It just here's the thing is like how enamored. You just got to know the group you're drafting with too. Like if you know there's a guy who's like all about like the Chargers this year, you know what I'm saying? That guy's probably
we have one.
Yeah.
Any universe, Mooney sneaks into the top 12. I think there's a small chance, but it's possible with all the volume and especially garbage time he's gonna eat. I'm a Mooney guy. I'm not gonna say 12, but I'll say 17. He can sneak into the 17. Bro, so anywhere in there.
I'm gonna give you a number. On Mooney. Just like who I forgot who we was just talking about, and I said all the targets and he didn't do nothing. Mooney had 140 targets, Brody. 100%.
That's on Fields.
Okay, well, it's the same situation. 100% on my mama. Don't do it. There's no way he sneaks in the top 12. Not this year, bro. And I stand on that.
I got him in a lot of dynasty leagues, but he's like my last receiver.
I can put here. I'll pull it up right now on how many targets.
Now we don't gotta talk about Mooney. The answer is no, guys.
Mooney. He has one of my favorite nicknames, though. You know what I'm saying? Mooney Tunes. You feel me?
Okay, so look, as I'm looking at these rankings,
140 targets on the dot and 81 receptions. Oh shit!
That's a quarterback to me.
It ain't drops.
It ain't drops.
It's the same situation.
Hey, you know who was like that? That's like Mike Evans, early Mike Evans with Jameis. Like Jameis would give him like 100.
Hey, it ain't drops. You hear me?
Hey, shout out to my doggy that asked that question.
That was
too.
David.
David, shout out to David on my mama, bro.
Hey, so look, these number 7s might be a little controversial.
Mm-hmm.
I could say yours is more controversial, but your 7 and my 6 is the same. So let's go with your number 7. It's Diggs.
Yeah, Diggsies. My thing is, it's just that from the first year with the Stallion, we seen him produce 170-something targets, 140 receptions, produce as the top 3 receiver. And then last year, it wasn't that. I can bring his numbers up. 164 targets, only 103 receptions, which was 8th in the league. His targets was top 5 in the league, bro. Yardage was was 7th, 1225. His TDs was there, double digits, 10, which was 7th. But the target share then dropped down a little bit, 26.4 in his first year. I want to say it was damn near low 30s, bro. Put him top 3. You know what I mean? I can pull that up too. You know what I mean? Target rate 28.9, which was 8th in the league. A.dot 11.1, which is 37th. You know what I mean? I just don't see that first year with the Stallion and them bringing Gabe Davis coming on. You got McKenzie. You got Crowder. The rookie looked good this year. Last week or Sunday, I think they played.
Shakira,
something like that, bro. He looked great. You know what I mean? It's just they don't need to rely on him like they did. And you got to remember where Josh Allen was the first year that Diggs came in. He was, first 2 years wasn't, still progressing. Third year, here it is. Boom, we got Diggsies. Let's go for it. Boom. Now that I'm fully arrived, I'm the best quarterback in the league. Now I can spread this motherfucking around. I don't need for Diggsy to do all the work. So that's why I don't got him top 5, 100%. But I like Diggsy's. Great value at the end of, somewhere in the second round or something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah.
I got him at 6 because I got some shockers. And I honestly say that I would have a little trouble picking. Diggs is my number 6. He on number 7. I'll get back to that point in a second when I start comparing people. But with Diggs, what I'm gonna say is last 2 years, number 3 finish, number 7 finish. I believe in him. And last year he had a lot of nagging injuries, like he kind of does every year. He's one of the more durable players in the league, wide receivers in the league. But when you talk about, when you're making an argument for Herbert and these players are throwing for 5,000, Josh isn't, but he's very, 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 very efficient with everything he does. And Diggs is one of his favorite targets. I believe the Gabe Davis hype, and I think you could definitely get him at a very good value. But Diggs is steady Eddie to me. And he's somebody that I would not mind picking in the back of the early second, back of the first. He could possibly. I'll say this: my number 5 player, I'm not taking him over Diggs because I'm gonna pick Diggs earlier. So Diggs could really be in my top 5, right? But I snuck somebody else in there. But to me, Diggs, he's as safe as you can get in that early second round, and he's probably the 4th receiver off the board for me.
See, I love Diggs.
over Devontae Adams.
Diggs over Adams?
I got Adams ranked higher because of my gut and what I feel about him, but I wouldn't be surprised if Diggs ranks higher than Adams.
Nigga shocking
if I
world right now, wait.
That's not really a shock. It's not really a shock.
Doggy.
You got Derek Carr, you got Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? I buy the McDaniels, but it's not a shock to me. If I'm in the back rounds and I want to go running back and wide receiver, I might sit there and think for a minute if I got the number 12 pick and probably pick between Diggs, Kelsey, and Adams, because that's kind of where Adams is going.
You know what? I think first of all, Josh Allen, the Stallion, he led the league in the highest total of different receivers to catch a touchdown. You know what I mean? He spreads the ball around a lot, so that always hurt Diggs. Year 2, obviously they emphasize on Diggs more, and so he did continue to spread the ball around. They also at the top of the league, 4 and 5 wide receiver sets. So there's a lot of options out there. But I think the target market share of all those other guys outside of Diggs, I think Gabe Davis a lot of that up. And Diggs stays with that same target market share. I think what's the target market share? It's over 20 for sure.
For Diggs?
Yeah. Is it 25?
I gotta keep this one page open because I got a little rebuttal. Yeah, it's gonna be over.
It's over.
You said the target rate or the target share?
His target share.
His target share was 26.4.
Okay, so he was over 25. Okay, so and elite guys, they get up around 30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so this is a proper spot to have him at. And it's also the fact that he's just attached to a guy who we think can throw 40 too. We think he could throw for 40. You know what I mean? He already threw for what, 34, 36?
Yep, 37. Something like that.
You feel me? The touchdowns. And here's another thing too is Josh Allen.
10 touchdowns last year, Diggs. 10.
Yeah, exactly. And so he's looking for, and Diggs is the type of dude that they have a guy the number 1 corner, like a Jalen Ramsey or something like that. They'll put him on. They make the mistake because Diggs still burn. He's like the closest we got to Antonio Brown that's left in the league. He's that.
So y'all think Gabe Davis gonna eat into them targets and Diggs is gonna do less because Gabe Davis.
It showed already.
Gabe Davis got to get on the field this year. I know he'll see at least 75% of the snaps
because listen,
but what I'm saying,
if we gonna talk about, you can throw your stat after this. If we gonna talk about, if I get this straight, y'all saying that Gabe Davis should eat into Diggs and make him go. You know what I mean?
I said everybody. It's everybody.
Okay,
because it's already showing. It's already shown.
But Gabe Davis is the biggest reason, not you. I'm not saying you got a problem, but Gabe Davis out there is the biggest reason why people are staying away from Diggs. But if we talking about how Mooney had 140 targets and X amount of catches, Gabe Davis, 63 targets and 62 the last 2 years. And guess how many he caught? 35. He's not even catching half the balls.
But my
so
argument,
how they keep saying Gabe he's getting there and Allen loves him or he's doing better. I mean, because his floor was not catching the ball.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, that's not my argument. Is Gabe Davis? It's the whole team around him. Bogey just said they lead the league in 4 and 5 wide receivers sets. So it's not just Gabe Davis; it's the whole team, all the options around him. You got a Dawson Knox, you got all the other receivers that I just named.
That's why.
And then it shows with Josh Allen and Diggs' first year, he was in that upper echelon of a 30% target share, bro.
And that's why them 10 TDs was so easy because of all them people you talking about.
No, and I understand that. And I got him ranked at 7.
7 and I'm 6.
No, and I understand that. And he finished at 7. So where we got him at is completely safe. So if you're taking him as the 7th ranked wide receiver, bro, and the way however way you're constructing your team, you're straight. And he scored 16.8 fantasy points per game. So he's damn near at 17 points per game. So he was consistent. It wasn't no just hella boom weeks with Diggsy. He was consistent through the whole fucking season. So you straight with Diggs. 100%. You know what I mean? It's just, how you want to take him. Do you want to take
Kelsey or Diggs?
Kelsey or Diggs? Yeah, because Kelsey, no, not.
I'll take Kelsey.
That's where you're. That's the
area. If I
area.
know I'm getting double-digit TDs from Diggs, and I got the option to get more yardage, but even though Kelsey has production as a 1,300-yard tight end or broke the record with
just put him as
most yardage receiving tight end, I mean, it's an even split, bro. Fuck
yeah. If you put him at a receiver, they usually finish around each other.
100%.
So it's crazy because. Oh, go ahead, Bogey.
No, I was just gonna say, I think Kelsey would finish like 6 or 7 at receiver if he just took tight end off and put receiver. He usually finishes around that range. So it's like that is a feasible question, like Kelsey or Diggs. I'll probably take Kelsey because there's so many receivers in this year. You know what I mean? Redraft, so many in that next crop. I'll probably take the position scarcity there with Kelsey. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said redraft because this is redraft talk, y'all. This redraft season right now. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And a lot of this shit right now is based on 12-team, one quarterback. This is not super flex ranks. You know what I mean?
Well, it kind of go hand in hand. People know with super flex, you're taking quarterbacks early.
Yeah,
but we talking about rounds for sure.
But this
we're
talking about rounds.
With 6, I had Diggs, but we gonna stay on 7 because I'm gonna give my 7. I had Diggs, you had Diggs. At 7, I had him at 6. So now when I look at your 6 is my 7. So I'll tell you my 7 is Tyreek Hill. Now, to me, I'm still battling. Do I take a risk and get Tyreek Hill in the 2nd round with Tua being his quarterback? But then, when you got the devil and the thing on your shoulder, right?
Yeah.
And they both talking to you, like the angel is like, man, when's the last time Miami's been good? They need a spark. They need something to be excited and have the people come out, right? And you give up assets for Tyreek Hill. Then, obviously, this was before, but what kind of coach do you go get from that 49ers system, right?
Yeah.
Come on, talk to me. Their running game, they didn't invest nothing in it besides Mostert and a shitload of backs. Edmonds is going to be the guy over there for the most part to me. But anyway, that's how I feel. Tyreek Hill, number 7.
There is a world, because you did point that out. Everybody and their mama, including me, it's just I'm gonna safely assume they're gonna have this like zone run type of scheme where they're gonna get creative with Tyreek Hill and out of the backfield and jet sweep and stuff like that. Like stuff they did with Debo. They're gonna have Tyreek Hill in all kind of pre-snap motions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, there also is a world where because this guy's he's like a Yale grad. He's a smart guy. You know what I mean? McDaniel, and he might be like, okay, I got Waddle and I got Tyreek, and like it could be like the illest target market share concentration, just those 2 guys. Like if you're gonna throw the ball 25 times, these guys probably get double-digit targets each, and that's what we're looking for because we're drafting them. In those ranges, we're drafting the Miami receivers. You know what I mean? We're drafting them where we're assuming this is how it's going to be. Because the nightmare scenario is that it's inefficient on a makeshift version of the Niners where they're running a lot with like multiple backs and like they're using like Tyreek Hill to just like take everything on the top. You You know what I mean? That would suck.
Exactly. And let Tua fling it as hard as he can.
Yeah. So I mean,
my take. Oh, my bad, brother.
no, go ahead.
No, all I was gonna say is that I think that even though that a lot of motherfuckers' issue with Tyreek is that that Tua isn't gonna be able to push the ball downfield to get it to him, but when you hovering around an A dot of 11.1, which is 37th in the league, you know what I mean, deep targets 28, you know what I mean, that's a lot of shots dealing with Tyreek. Oh, excuse me. I take that back. Tyreek A dot last year was 10.7, which was 43rd in the league. You know what I mean? He wasn't getting used as a deep shot last year. Deep targets 26, which was 9th in the league last year. You know what I mean? His red zone targets was up, which was 24, which was 6th in the league, and that's top 5. He was getting a lot of his money on his yak. 415 yak yardage, which was 13th in the league. So if you got an average depth of target at 10.7, that's telling me it wasn't a lot of shots downfield, and that's not Tua's problem. So McDaniel is going to be able to tailor that offense to where it best suits the fucking Waddle and Tyreek, and what best suits Tua and his accuracy, which is short to intermediate, and you will be able to take some shots based off the whether it is a zone run scheme, whatever type of run scheme it is, it's going to be there. It's going to be there, and he's going to emphasize that. So you're going, but also your short passing game is part of your extension of your run game. So they're going to be able to they're going to be able to manufacture shots down the field, but the offense is not going to be predicated off that. And Tyreek Hill wasn't used like that last year, so Tyreek Hill is safe as a top 10 receiver this year, bro. Please forgive me for taking so long.
No. You kind of, I feel that because see, I had Tyreek at 8 on mine. There's 7 other individuals that I'd rather have over him. That's usually how I do my rankings. Like it's really like who I'd rather have.
And that's why I had Diggs. I'm taking Diggs over Tyreek. Diggs or Tyreek?
Give me Tyreek because the motherfucking the ceiling is not the roof.
I just don't trust the tuna fish.
I'm not writing the tuna fish off. I'm not, bro. I
know you're not,
bro.
Yeah.
I got multiple shares of him in Superflex right now, bro. On everything.
He got the weapons. He got the weapons.
Superflex dynasties.
So look, let's talk about. We're gonna save my number 5, and we're gonna get into JD's number 5 because we kind of already talked about him, but I know he want to talk about why he got this guy at number 5.
Yeah,
and that's Debo.
So the reason why I got Debo at number 5, bro, and everything that I'm finna read you. No, I'm not gonna say that. So the first part I'm finna read you, I'm finna repeat what I said when Cuzzo said it's why talked about Debo. Then when I get to reading these stats, it's just nothing but receiver stats. But in his first season, his rookie season, he had 14 rushes, 159 yards, and 3 TDs. You know what I mean? Even though that wasn't what he did last year, and I got what he did last year written down as a running back, but it kind of already showed Kyle wanted to use him in that situation. But last year, 120 targets, which is 21st in the league, 77 receptions, 21st in the league, 1,405 yards, 5th in the league, 6 TDs, 20th in the league, 27.8 target share, which was 6th in the league. Here we go right here when I'm finna talk about it. 27.6 target rate, 8.18 dot, which was 778. Deep targets 14th, 45th in the league. Red zone targets 10th, 44th, and then his motherfucking yak 777, which was 2nd. So his yardage, his yak, and his receptions. Yardage and yak was fucking top 5, bro. The receptions, 77 receptions, is not going to be hard to repeat with Trey Lance. And the 1,400 yards is not going to be hard because you done got 800 of them on yak with fucking Jimmy Garoppolo. You can't tell me the damage that he did solely as a motherfucking receiver is not top 5 worthy, especially coming in with Trey Lance. And we done seen a track record of Shanahan already had this plan installed from this boy. Now you done gave him a 3-year contract. You can run him to the ground because you done got other young bulls that you bringing in right now. Shanahan he's been drafting receivers every draft since he done been there, bro. Let's go, 100%.
Here's the one thing I will argue about just Debo in general is that the yak. Like, you know, they had to manufacture everything short because that was what Jimmy's strength was. You know, everything was short and Debo do the rest. You know what I mean? So
that's Debo's strength too, though.
Over 800 something of 1,400 receiving yards, right? So a lot of, you know, that's over half. Even if you drop that down and maybe he gets like 1,200 receiving, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, and maybe, you know, 30% of it is yak. It's because, you know, I'm fine with that. Because you're still gonna sprinkle in his carries. You said something that really resonated with me. I didn't think of this. It really is only a 3-year joint, bro. Like they're gonna run him still. Like when, you know what I mean, he's still gonna be the guy they put in motion. You know what I'm saying? And he's still gonna be an X factor. It's open up for everybody else.
They gonna run him, but the 49ers' ultimate goal, Super Bowl. We're not thinking about nothing less than Super Bowl. And yeah, that means win games, but it also means get everybody else who you don't know can perform when it's time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think we're going to be a lot more balanced. There's no way we were forced to use Debo. Remember, we was games out. We was trying to win to get there. They was doing whatever it took. Yeah. And they knew that using him like that is why the Rams was able to stop us. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way that you can tell me that Shanahan ain't going to look to improve. And that starts with Trey Lance and his arm.
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree with that. But the numbers that I specifically said was nothing but receiving numbers. And then one more key point on that offense is that now that you have a quarterback that has the threat to take the ball off and run and shows that he can hit the deep ball, you can't key in on whatever you want to key in on the 49ers offense now, bro. 100%. And with Debo being able to do his best work after the catch, 100%, bro. On top of it, Shanahan.
I just hate the value though, because you got to get him in the second round. I take him though. Don't get me wrong, but I just believe what I believe about them, and he's not that deep guy that if Lance do chuck it a few times that he's going to. It ain't gonna be him. And you still got Kittle. He was banged up last year. You know what I'm saying? You draft the running back. It just screams balance to me. But we could be wrong. But I'm gonna ask you this one question. I'm gonna say two people, Debo or Swift, as you're grabbing in the draft.
I'll take Swift.
Debo or Swift, Bogey?
Man, okay. It really depends, like what I have in the first round. But just in a vacuum, I'll take Swift.
Yeah, I got.
All right, look, no suspension because these are players that's going a little closer to Debo range. Debo going in the late second, third, right? Kamara or Debo?
I might take Kamara.
No suspension.
Yeah, it's Kamara. Yeah.
Kamara.
I like
Kamara. Look, I'm gonna give y'all one more.
Banged up too. He's just gonna check it down a lot. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna give y'all one more. Kamara or CeeDee Lamb?
Kamara.
I mean, Debo or CeeDee Lamb. Sorry.
Debo.
See, I'm hella high on CeeDee Lamb. I probably take.
I got CeeDee Lamb at number 5. Let's go.
Oh yes.
I know you ain't that high.
Yes. No, I'm not. I got him at 6 though. So.
CeeDee Lamb, man, second year with that coming back off the injury.
You know what?
Hey, Cooper gone. I mean, what more can you ask for? Gallup out. Tober, you know, granted, cool. Schultz hungry. I got that. Zeke and Pollard, we don't, you know what I mean? Well, CD, 1,100 yards, 79 catches. 1,100 yards last year. You know, 6 touchdowns. I think those touchdowns go up, and I think them receiving yards go up to at least 1,500, 14 to 1,500. And guess who else had 1,500 last year? Justin Jefferson. Go ahead, Bogey.
Who are we talking about again?
CD Lamb.
Oh yeah, listen. I mean, you got addition by subtraction. I think I'm looking for the third year breakout. I'm looking for every kind of intangible, but really just simple and plain. It's like this guy's gonna demand the fucking target market share of elite wide receivers. You know what I mean? It's like, and like Dak. I mean, I think that people are gonna, it's not like that defense was shutting things down through the air last year. It was really that front that was going crazy. So, you know what I mean? That and like I understand Diggs was the shit, but still he's giving up these motherfuckers are giving up touchdowns. So Dak's still gonna be in shootouts. That line is bad too. So he's gonna get the ball out quick. You know, they're still gonna have the CeeDee Lamb in the slot and they're gonna move him out wide. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna move him all over the formation, bro. So that's a true number one. So and the way I always project it is like a guy that's gonna play the whole 17 games, and that he's gonna get like the double-digit touchdowns, and like he's gonna get like the 1,400 yards. Like I really believe that with CeeDee Lamb. I mean he had an ugly 1,100 last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ugly 1,100.
Yeah,
I know you don't even got CD in your top 12.
It's gonna be too hard for him.
Why? Why you think it's gonna be too hard?
He's number one dude.
I mean,
so they zoned in on him.
He kind of was that number one last year too, though.
How you didn't outperform everything you just told me when you got Cooper over there, when you got Gallup?
He had 1,100 with Cooper there.
What did Cooper do?
And he gone.
What did Cooper do?
He gone.
See, but Cooper did miss a little bit of time. So, like, Cooper missing a little bit of time. We did see.
What did CD do with them games that Cooper was going? Yeah, what was that split?
He went so great. That's why I said I'm looking for the third year.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just
not. I can see that argument.
I don't believe you got shots.
Hey, but I will say this though. This is a person that I'm not taking CD Lamb in the second round. There's a lot of other players I'd rather have him, and that's kind of where he's going, the middle of the second round.
I just took him in the second round.
So
Spencer shit today.
Well, I like him in top 12 to you then.
No, well, look, no, I'm finna tell you. Look, I picked at the 7th pick. I took JJ, and then when it came back to me, it wasn't no other running backs that I would have rather had than CD. 100%.
He going in the second round, y'all.
I could have took Javonte or CD.
But you taking him? How many yards you think he gonna hit if you taking him in that spot? What you hoping?
I mean, you just had to guess. For me to have JJ as my WR1 and have CD, then I'm great. 100%.
How many yards you think CD go? So he had 1,100 with Cooper there. Cooper only had 800.
He only gonna do what he did last year, bro.
1,100. That's it.
It's gonna be hard for him to eat to me this year, bro.
I respect.
I think
let's go to. Go ahead, Bogey. What you think?
1,400 yards and all that shit.
No. Okay, so
you said how many, Bogey?
For 1,400.
That's top 7.
I can't see that. Dog.
Okay, look at it. So for context,
there's too many other motherfuckers I would rather have over him, and then I can see that's on paperwork.
Wood said 1450, 13 TDs. He's a Cowboy fan. He might be biased. Go ahead, Bogey.
No, go ahead.
Nah, that was it. That was a comment on there.
That's all I wanted to say. Is that like I think like but see, this is why we all have different style of how we rank it, right? I'm ranking on like this is what I think their ceiling could be. This is what we want. You know what I mean? This is like this is what we're drafting.
I can't pay that price.
Or else we're drafting them at their ceiling, right? Like
that's what it is with him right now.
If
at
I'm
that
getting
price point,
if I'm getting CeeDee Lamb,
feels like a lot. Top 12. I agree.
If I'm getting CeeDee Lamb in the second round, that means I have to feel he's top 12, and that means like I'm projecting him that he could be 1,400 yards. Then I got him at a value. Otherwise, I'm getting him at a ceiling. You know what I mean?
But see, this is why I think I will take CeeDee Lamb though, because I'm gonna just name some players who might be there after, and I think I'm gonna take Kamara out because I feel like So let's think of the players that might be there after CD. Aaron Jones. I'll take Debo out. Javonte Williams, Leonard Fournette, Barkley, Mike Evans, Keenan Allen, AJ Brown. Like I'm taking CD.
Aaron Jones over CD easily. Well,
okay, look at it. Here's my 4, 5, and 6, just for context, because mine is crazy. It's Mike Williams at 4. Then at 5, I have Diggs. Then 6 is where I have Lamb Chops. You know what I mean?
He's a
But, like,
cold dude with that one, boy.
yeah, but see, I fuck with Mike Williams because I'm living in a world he don't get hurt and he doesn't
Mike
blank out.
Will made it.
Like if he didn't blank out that 5 weeks, he's pacing like 1,800. You know what I mean?
And that's not happening for him.
It's not gonna happen.
No, but he was though, because he
Having
was
him in range.
killing it in the first few weeks.
Having
And
him in
BJ
range.
had him. Remember BJ had him?
He can go for 14 and get like he's already been a double-digit touchdown having motherfucker. That wow is like his floor. And if he gets the X amount more targets, this is a guy that's already it's the second highest pass attempts in the league, right?
Yeah.
Only behind Brady. So you know what I'm saying? And it's really just the two of them motherfuckers, bro. I love Josh
Wank
Palmer.
out King.
I told you he
Like,
feels
he's
like
the guy that
Wow.
like he could be the Cooper Cup of this year. You know what I mean? Because we're getting them like in the mid rounds or whatnot, or like late the back of the fifth type of shit. You know what I mean?
the productive where he outproduced where you got him, but just
Yeah.
not the production of Cup.
Yeah, exactly. The guy who jumps up in the top 5 conversation, like, and he's connected. He's connected to Herbert. Like, if Herbert's gonna be elite, like the producers of his throws, right? Those are the guys that make him elite. You know what I mean? So I'm
definitely.
yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like
How many yards Dak throwing for?
He throwing for
I give him
45.
5 bailout finally.
CD getting 1,400 easy.
I can't see it, bro.
Unless they're just committed to only running, he's
Hey,
getting
I
that.
think the defense was already giving up booty on the ground. Like there's holes in the
But
defense.
Tolbert got wheels though. Tolbert is a guy that can do him. You know what I mean? He's serviceable. He ain't no slouch. Schultz ain't no slouch. Like
I ain't seen it yet.
they can do, but I don't
haven't
know. CD at 5 is
And there's another aspect too that they don't go in.
I have
into the
CD at
season
6.
with
I have Diggs at 5.
that they just don't go in there with the receivers that they have as well. Especially if Gallup ain't coming back the way that they want to Gallup coming back. You only brought in James Washington as a free agent. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they thought they was straight and they believe in what they got. You know what I mean? But I think that they could make another move.
Some young boys up there though. They got some young boys up there.
I don't know that's ready to produce the way that they need them to produce.
Hey, fuck the Cowboys and
that's
why I think
that CD don't eat, bro. I'm telling you, I think CD don't eat like that as a top.
But would
top
agree
12.
with you. Dak has no roster. He overachieves when his roster isn't great on paper. I feel you. I can see that as a Cowboy fan. I'm always the optimist. Let's move on to number 4, and I'm gonna say this person is that steady Eddie, and that's Devontae Adams. I mean, receptions over the year. Obviously, it's not Aaron Rodgers, but 123 and 115 over the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, he had the year he had 115 catches. He only played 14 games. So I'm gonna buy the hype of the Carr Adams connection. I will say this: it's a lot of players I'd rather have over Adams where he's going because he's the 4th wide receiver off the board. I'd rather have the 5th or 6th running back, my 5th or 6th running back over Adams. But I'm loving Adams and everything. I mean, the Raiders have been wanting a wide receiver that's more of an alpha. I mean, they hoped it was going to be Antonio Brown, but we know what happened. They haven't had nobody other than Waller, and I think Adams is going to give them their spark. The pressure's on, man. They in Vegas. What y'all think? Adams, safe bet?
The way you say that you would rather have your top 5 running, or what'd you say? Your 5th running back?
It's like Adams is the 4th off the board, but I'd rather have a couple more running backs over Adams in the late first round or in the middle of the first round.
The way that motherfuckers drafting a 12-team one quarterback, all the running backs is going off the board. 7 straight running backs.
7 straight running backs means that the top 3 wide receivers are still up there, so I'm grabbing them.
Yeah.
It ain't Adams.
Exactly. So if I'm getting Adams at that turn and I got the 11, the 111, the 112, and I'm able to get one of the second tier running backs or double him up with 2 receivers, oh yeah, I'm taking him 100%, and that's worthy of where I got. Well, I got him as number 3 because I believe in that the production ain't gonna drop. But hell yeah, because I know that all the running backs is gone.
I know they
Adams
gonna.
eat,
So I'm,
said that.
and I know that the production ain't falling off for him, 100%. So I'm great with Devontae.
What you on, Bogey?
Devontae and Aaron Jones. I like that combo right there.
Hey, listen, man, I love
Good luck.
Good luck.
who was somebody again?
I ain't even fucking
Devontae
with Vegas
Adams.
players. It's too easy to get pulled over as a black man already, and now I'm gonna have a, these dudes don't like Ubers, so I don't know, man. Nah, I'll fuck with
That's funny.
Fucking bro.
Yo, number 4. This gonna shock you, Bogey. JD number 4 is Chase. I mean, that's not a shocker, but that's his 4.
Yeah, I got Chase at 4
Like,
because
you think people automatically put him like 1 or 2?
yeah, and the reason why I don't put him top 3 is just based on is that, like I said,
Hey, I got him
get a
at
lot-
7, bro. I'm even shocked y'all
Man.
more.
Oh my mama. When you only got 81 receptions and 128 targets, and then the motherfuckers that I got ranked above you, the motherfucker above you had 169 targets with 123 receptions, 167 targets with 108 receptions above you, 191 with 145. And you got you're in an offense that's producing 1,000 receivers, a fucking running back that's hitting for 1,100 or 1,300 yards on the ground last year. You know what I mean?
What did he do
Even
last
though,
year? 1700?
huh?
What did he do last year? 17?
No, he had 1,455 yards,
Yeah.
which was 4th in the league.
On
13
83 catches.
on-
Yeah.
on
I think
everything.
I got him for like 12. I think he'd be like 12, 1,300. I think it comes down a little bit.
I think he chasing Cooper Kupp last year.
I don't think he could do that.
You think he's
volume
chasing-
If you
ain't
say
there.
Burrow throwing for 5,000,
Yeah, I know, but he had
I think-
128 targets and only
I think
81
he-
receptions.
Burrow's very
And
capable.
he-
1,400. He averaged 17 point. He averaged 18 yards a catch.
So he doing
That's
that
fantasy
again.
gold.
So he doing that again.
he
He averaging
averages
18 yards per
I'll give him
catch.
15.
It's just-
15. If he averages
I don't
18,
think-
give him 15. And he could single-handedly win you a week, scoring 60, 50.
No, I understand that.
Nah.
So hold on. So let's break it down. Let's break it down though.
Go
I
ahead,
get
Bogey,
scared
right
that
quick.
he gets into that territory where he gets into that territory where it's like, you know what I mean? He's like, 10 points in a PPR because he didn't break the big one. You know what I mean? Like,
Dead weeks. It's dead weeks. 17.
Yeah.
He averaged
on a per
17
game
points per.
basis.
But that motherfucker had what he had?
55.
3 50-point games.
How many was it?
But he had a 40 and a 30 or something like that too. Though.
55, 33.
I want to say he won like 9 weeks straight of like killing it.
You got
right?
bonuses, though. You got more, though.
Yeah, on everything, 100%. And with all that, he said he only finished top 5.
Chase single-handedly murdered me in the Ashley championship versus G. Shout out to G if you watch him. He single-handedly murdered me.
That's why I can't have him like that. I can't have him.
I'm taking him. He's young, and it was 1 year he didn't even play before last year. So imagine what he gonna do this year.
I don't know, man. The league adjusts.
I can't draft him at that
Safe
high, bro.
bet. Hey.
I mean, I still got him top 4, but
I love
I
Higgins.
just don't know, bro.
I got
Adams
Chase.
higher.
I think Chase maybe it needs to happen and he needs to get in the touchdown category more too then. You know
All right,
what
let
I'm
me ask you this. I'm gonna give you some names. Y'all both say it, Chase or Dalvin.
Dalvin,
I'll take Chase.
Chase or Najee.
Najee,
I'll probably take Najee, yeah.
Chase or Henry.
Henry. See, this is my single QB thought process too, because it's like there's so many receivers.
I'm gonna give you one more. Chase or Adams.
I have.
JD, I know
I'm gonna
yours.
go Chase.
I'm on the.
I'm
I'm
gonna Chase. Even though I got Devontae
We're
a
going at
little
number
bit
3.
higher. No, I take that back. Give me
We're going at 3.
Devontae. Give me Devontae,
Devontae
bro.
Adams, your number 3.
Devontae.
Bogey, Adams or Chase?
I'm taking Devontae. I got Devontae at 2.
On that. Yeah.
There's
I got
only
him
one
at
person.
So y'all don't believe that Burrow gonna throw for 45 to 5,000 in?
No, I do.
He did it
Because
last
who
year.
else is gonna
He
get
got
it?
a lot of weapons.
He did it last. What you mean? He got 3 other niggas that hit 4,000.
He's
On top of what?
I'm gonna tell you what Chase is. Chase is everything they wanted Odell to be, but he couldn't stay healthy.
But see, but
It's
Odell
only been one season. Don't do that, bro. Odell did it one season, bro. Don't do it, bro.
Odell did it one season.
That's what I'm saying. So
He's what they wanted Odell to be.
Man, it's got to be really special. Then, and I'm okay with eating crow on this because
Give me Jefferson over Chase. That's gonna
they
be
adjusted.
next.
They adjusted.
I
got
all
Jay.
day.
Yeah, no,
Number 3
definitely.
with Adams. You want to harp on Adams?
Yeah, I mean, Adams. What really stick out with Adams is second in the league in targets and receptions. Target share was second in the league, 31.6. Target rate 35.3, which was first. You know what I mean? Even though that might come down just a tad, but fucking Derek Carr is not finna he's not gonna let Brett go to waste. It's gonna be the same shit damn near, bro. It's lit. 100% like they back was in the like they was back down there in the 559.
It's so lit that I'm hating in the motherfucker.
I'm telling you, bro.
They're gonna be really
and they got everything across the board, bro. Same shit, bro.
I'm higher than you on him. I have him second because it's like I don't like people. I'm over the argument too of like I used to make the argument like, okay, well, Josh McDaniels, he liked to run it a lot in New England when they're down there in the red zone. Like, yo, they're gonna hit that fade. They were doing that shit in college. You know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers saw that.
McDaniels ain't had nothing like this since in a long time, bro. The wide receiver and the tight end threat, even with Renfro, bro, he ain't had this in a minute, bro. Yeah. He's finna go ahead and get the cooking with these dudes.
I'm more so on the side. I'm more so on the side of like, yo, this is the best, one of the best, not the best overall. I'm just one of the best receivers, just talent wise. Like
20 crew, man.
Hey, listen, the first year that we saw, the first year that I think he cracked a thou wow was the year that Brett Hundley played most of the year.
Remember Brett? Yeah, because I always said that Devontae was quarterback proof when he played with Hundley. And to double back on what you said about them being in the red zone and running and fades and shit, motherfucking Devontae had 28 red zone targets, which was third in the league. And and we know that his footwork and the way that he get open in that red zone, that's not dying down, bro. On top of having 11 TDs, which was 6 in the league. That's damn near from his floors is 7 TDs, 8 TDs, and his high could be like 15 because he's had 15 before. I want to say he had 17 before. 100%, bro, because that's just based on the way that he is as a wide receiver. His game ain't a speed game. His game is based on footwork.
Yeah.
I feel you. I'm with it. I like that point that you made, Bogey, that Huntley,
I mean, like, he ain't never had no thou wow yet, and like, he really stepped up. And then, and Aaron Rodgers, see, that's different with Aaron Rodgers, because, see, Aaron Rodgers, he always had to earn it.
Man, Raiders. Adams gonna go dirty tonight, man. Rest in peace to my pops.
Yeah. Yeah, rest in paradise, man.
Hey, look. Go ahead, Bogey. I wanted to hear that.
I was just gonna say one more thing about Devontae Adams is, like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he had to earn Aaron Rodgers' trust. Like, he's going somewhere. This is the only other guy that he had chemistry with. You know what I'm saying? And it was like domination. It was domination, right? You know what I'm saying? And
right.
And then you want to talk about chip on the shoulders. You have the chip on the shoulder, the head coach. It's his second crack at it. He done left the nest. He then came back. Now he left again. And
he left the nest.
You know what I'm saying? And they got them Devontae Adams, and you know what I'm saying? And like, they're just about to show out. Like, this is
tricky.
And like, I'm on the side of things where like everyone else, like, people are like, oh, well, there's so many other weapons, and yeah, that's cool, that's true. But like, that also means sometimes he's gonna be single.
That's the part for me, honestly. I think Devontae will definitely do damage, but not enough to be drafted where he's been drafted, where There's
Yeah.
no
But see,
talent around him
what I
compared
love
to
about
Waller.
I'm
And
not.
I like Renfro. You know what I'm saying? I think Waller, Renfro, and Adams is a nasty combination to have. And
You want to hear what's
you know,
crazy about Renfro? Is that in Josh McDaniel's system, he always got the shifty little white boy right in the slot, and now he got like the slot wide receivers to end all slot wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
Motherfucking right.
him and Thielen
And
are
he
like
bigger than them boys too. Renfro ain't no little dude neither. Oh my
Okay.
mammoth.
he's like the biggest.
I'm fucking. I just traded for Renfro in one of the dynasty leagues
so
too.
look, this
Oh, my
one,
mammoth.
I'm gonna come back to my number 3, and you'll know why. So let's go to my number 2. Let's go to JD's number 2,
Oh shit.
who I got at number 1.
Number one.
Guess
Justin
what it
Jefferson.
is?
I got motherfucking Mr. George Jefferson. Oh, well, George Jefferson wins.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I already knew it. I was
Okay.
actually cheating.
I was gonna get to hit. You know what I mean? But I mean, the motherfucking the ceiling is not the roof with this young fella right here. 167 targets, 4th in the league. Only 108 receptions. You know what I mean? But 1,616 yards. 2nd in the league, 10 TDs, 7th in the league. Target shares, top 3, 29.9. Target rate, top 10, 28.5. A dot up there, 12 point yards was 24th. Deep targets, 34, which was 1st in the league. And you want to go to Jamar Chase, 30 deep targets, which is 3rd. So they doing the same joint. You know what I mean? They right up there. But fucking JJ, 108 receptions, 16. You know what I mean? Red zone targets, 23, which was 8th in the league. His Yak, 487, which was 7th. I mean, only reason why he ain't touching Cup is because he can't get over the 130 receptions, and he ain't going to do that yet. He might get over 130 receptions this year. But Cup, he hit for 145. Cup, positive regression, 120, 130, 100%. So he going to be battling. My 1 and my 2, they going to be battling this year. Sure, and JJ definitely can overtake him. I just don't know if he gonna do it. Just I think the Rams team is a little bit better, and that defense is a little bit better. So that the opportunity to score more points. Even though I think that Minnesota can be hovering around 27 to 30 points per game with O'Connell there, and it getting ramped up to being a more of an offensive focal team now.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, I'm gonna say this. That's why I got Jefferson in my number 1.
I just
is
don't
because
know
of
that
that reason that they want to pass more. I think Cook it's Jefferson season. Cook is 27. They spent time where he was the workhorse. Like everything is gonna be focused on him. And I would argue that the receivers with Justin Jefferson ain't that bad. I like Osborne. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Jefferson is unguardable. I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree with
right?
that for sure.
And him and Chase to me, number 1 and number 2. I believe in Jefferson. 1,600 yards. Give him 200 more yards to me. Give him 200 more yards. He got 1,800 yards and 10 touchdowns. Keep the same touchdowns. He's the number 1 wide receiver overall fantasy. I'm taking him at number 4 overall.
See,
I take that back. Look. I'm taking him at number 2 overall. I got the number 2 pick, Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson.
Here's the thing. I got Jefferson.
That's not a hot take.
I didn't get to mention my 3. I have Cup at 3 because there's a little concern.
I got him at 3 too.
There's a little concern with the arms. I love A-Rob the Mob. That's a real thing. When you add him, he's gonna take a lot of touchdowns. That's a real thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but going back to my 1. I mean, I'm just really just doing it. What's the word I'm looking for? It's really just cut and dry. There you go. I like the guy that's in his system that just produced the Triple Crown guy. And I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen, but yeah, this motherfucker. They're going in. You know what I mean?
Basically, what Justin Jefferson trajectory is right now. So this is going on his 3rd year. First 2 years dominancy. So when AB broke out, and AB was arguably the number 1 pick in redraft 12-team leagues, this is kind of like what fucking Justin Jefferson is on right now. a dominant, and AB had like 4 years of dominancy in fantasy, bro.
And they was
I
taking
love
him
what
in-
Kev said because in a single QB, I would go Jefferson over a lot of those running backs. You know, I mean, maybe not Taylor, but like Harris and everybody else. You know why? Because it's the less risk avert you can get, bro. Like this is just like receiver. It's close to, like you said, the Antonio Brown. You know, where people taking Antonio Brown
run
101. I mean, it was paying off though, right? The Antonio Brown one was crazy.
I've seen it firsthand.
How many years did it go?
Smacked me over the head with that.
Yeah, I never had Antonio Brown too.
I smacked myself over the head. That's what happened.
By having him,
everything.
he's in that.
No, by not having him, I took AP over AB.
Oh, that year. I say this though, man. Justin
myself.
Jefferson. I'll take him over the average number 2 pick right now is Christian McCaffrey, and I'm taking Justin Jefferson. If I got the number 2 pick, they're gonna be like, Reach. I'm taking Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that, but I gotta take some.
And that's why in the Bogey Invitational, I picked the number 7 pick because I said I want to be in the middle and catch all the runs because it's IDP. I want to be in the middle and be able to visually be in the middle of all the runs, right?
Or you can create runs too.
Or create runs, right? But I picked number 7 because I know at 1 I'm taking Taylor, and I know at anything other than 2 through 4 I'm taking Jefferson, and I'd rather just see what falls to me. You know what I'm saying? And have another pick come to me because I'm good with a top 7 pick.
And that's what I just did. I just in Spencer's mock, I had the number 7 pick and took fucking Justin Jefferson.
You know what's crazy is in that league, I'm probably finna take Herbert. I got the 1
Look and see what my draft position is. Y'all talking about
we ain't talking. Hey, look, I got Cup number 3. I don't want to hear what y'all got. I'm finna double back the champ, man. It's spoken, man. I'm finna win an IDP first ever to win the Superflex 14, then double back with the IDP. They keep changing the rules on me, y'all. I'm the best to ever played so far. The best overall record, 22-6. They keep at a chip. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know, I got one of those 6 victories over you.
You know what I mean? But look, I had Cooper Kupp at 3, and JD got him at 1. I'm gonna just say my reason for having him at 3. Obviously, is because I got Jefferson and Chase over him. I'd rather have both of them over Kupp. And that's not because I don't believe in Kupp and what he did. I just believe that, like Debo, they don't need him to do that. Right? You got Akers, let him kind of get back. You know what I'm saying? You got Allen Robinson. Let's get him acclimated because we know what he can do. And he's the type of player that kind of plays like Cooper Kupp. He's more of a route technician. And if you watch last year how the Rams played, Robert Woods was healthy and Kupp, they would make a point to use Robert Woods and Kupp to kind of run in the same area, and Kupp would break out, and Robinson would keep going towards the sideline a little bit, and they might be at a point where they'll be like, look, let's make sure we get Robert Woods the ball. Let's do it to him. So I think there's going to be a lot of that going on. Like let's get Allen Robinson acclimated so we can make the Super Bowl run. And I kind of rather have Chase and Jefferson, who I think they team need to win. And it sounds funny to say that the Rams don't need Kupp, but the way their defense is and the way Sean McVay is, he can kind of coast through and then pick apart, and McVay know, okay, the pressure's off. I won the Super Bowl. Let me do it how I want to. Let it, you know what I mean? Keep pounding and dominating how we do, but let's get this run established like I like as well. So that's my thing with Cooper Kupp at 3, not 1. Yeah.
My main thing with that is just basically what you said with McVay. I think McVay, the way that the offense is ran is that he makes it easy for Kupp. Even though that Kupp Triple Crown winner, and he might not do what he did, but yet the way that McVay runs that offense, he schemed up. He moves him all over the field, bro. He's a fucking mismatch no matter where he goes. No matter if you got OBJ that's coming over there after week 8, coming in, you know what I mean, doing his motherfucking thing. You know what I mean? Regular season, he gonna do it. It's easy money. He's a top 2 receiver right now, bro. Him and JJ. Ain't no top 3, no nothing. He's either 1A or 1B this year, locked in. I mean, shit, 800.
Bogey, you got Cup at 1?
No, I had Cup at 3. I can make a case because it's also like the Stafford elbow a little bit, certain little things that concern me, but like also like, you know what I mean, you added Robinson who's probably gonna get still a lot of red zone looks because goddamn, you know what I mean, you're gonna have to like the whole league is on the cut. They're like they're trying to figure out somehow a way to stop him. You know what I mean? Because goddamn, like he was always finding ways to be open. You know what I mean? The way they scheme him, like you said. You know what I mean?
If Allen Robinson can bring any type of what he brought from Jacksonville or even anything that he did in Chicago, it's going to make it easier for Cup to eat, bro, because you're just not going to be able to focal in on Cup because you're going to have to worry about Robinson. You're going to have to pick your poison. Robinson is not going to be nowhere no slouch. And he not gonna be no decoy out there, nothing like that. Bro. So you have to command attention to him as well. So Cup doing what he did, and he ain't nowhere outside of his prime. The production ain't gonna fall off 100%. Not to me, bro. You know, 855 yards a yak on 1,900 yards. He damn near got to have his joint on the yak too. And based on the type of offense that him and Debo was in, that's what that produces in that offense. That's why you got a George Kittle who had a fucking 1,300 yard record breaking tight end season because that's what the type of shit that Shanahan and McVay they bring, bro. That's what it is in their offense. Shit ain't going nowhere, bro.
Kelsey beat that record.
Yeah, Kelsey beat it the following year.
Yeah, Kelsey's a beast too.
Oh, my mama, he broke it the following year, bro.
Only thing I'm worried about is Stafford's health. Like, I see them
that's
posting
a great
and
question.
trying to get the run game going. You know what I'm saying? Akers back fully. You know, Henderson's still there. Sony gone. You know what I mean? Sony was just insurance. He just was a quick fix while Akers was gone. I'm kind of worried. I'd rather have Jefferson and Chase because I feel like more stable in what they got going on over Stafford, personally.
I don't know. I was really bullish on Stafford until like the elbow thing because it was like I heard the elbow thing early on, like back in this goes back to like fucking like May or whatever it was, and I was like, and then then the fact that it came up in camp again, I was like, damn, that's still a thing, and then you find out it was like it's really a thing. It's tendonitis and like. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Then I went down the rabbit hole, like the fantasy doctors and whatnot. You know what I mean? And just talking about, it's something really be concerned with. And like, but at the same time too, I was able to acquire Cooper Kupp in a couple dynasty trades. Like just in the past couple of days, like multiple leagues, just being able to get Cooper Kupp. I don't know, maybe something in the air somewhere. Maybe there's the same concern from other people.
He been slipping at like 5-6. I've been seeing all the running backs go and Jefferson and Chase go before him. So he might end up being a great value for you, for sure.
A value actually.
I like that 7th pick. I might fucking want to end up with him in the super flex. What's the name? I probably wouldn't get him though. If I had to get Jefferson and Chase, I'm gonna grab them. Even in the super flex.
Not falling that far. Not no way, 9 to 14, but you know what I mean.
We'll see. Yeah. Hey man, Bogey, can you read your top 10 on your top 12 on the way out?
Oh yeah. Man, my phone died. I'm just trying to remember the order of my last 6. my phone died.
We gotta put you on a spot like that.
I'm like, it's funny too. The whole
it's
time.
All good. No, look, who was your shocker? Give us a couple.
My shocker is definitely Mike Williams. You know what I'm saying?
That's a shocker. That's a wow, a sleeper.
I mean,
a sleeper app.
Yeah, and then like what's funny is like I was trying to see how because I was trying to find because we did a top 12 episode, but it was a cool minute ago, and it was like you know what I'm saying it was on some redraft shit. But it's funny because that was probably like a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, and I totally feel different from how I felt back then. You know what I mean? So now, like I really came around on Adams. I'm like, damn, Adams is still Adams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like me and my running back rankings, bro. With Kamara not getting no motherfucking suspension.
Like I can't.
He easily sneaks into the motherfucking top 10.
Like if I'm in a single QB and I'm like in the back of the 12th round, like I'm getting
Any
Adams.
league I draft and they're scared about Kamara, I'm gonna just take a chance. If it's like in the next week.
Oh, I'm not. Hey, listen. I learned from y'all. Chances make champions, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Or chumps.
The other side of the shirt, right?
Man, hey, but at least you took the motherfucking chance.
A champ or a champ. Y'all go follow us at Heart2Start Podcast, man, on Instagram. Go follow Bogey, man, at the GMM Network. We've been kicking it for about 2 hours, man.
What's the upcoming schedule, Big Brad? What you got on deck, Brad?
Shit, tomorrow morning, I know me and Hus, we usually do like a wake and bake on Tuesdays, and we really just get high early in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Because we'll be up hella early. And, you know, the kids, they're going to school, the babies are still asleep, so I usually have like a good hour, a little pocket, and we just get loaded and talk about all kind of shit. And it's usually pertains to fantasy because those are going to be a couple cats in the chat that ask some questions, you know what I mean? And so it always veers back to fantasy, but for the most part, it's just some random shit. So that's tomorrow. And then what's tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow Tuesday. Then Wednesday we have FNT Fantasy News Today. And then that's on Friday as well. And then Playmakers Saturday morning. Let's go.
Yo, gotta check them out, man, over at the GMM Network.
Yeah.
Man,
GMM Network, the fucking 420 crew. Shout out to fucking Hus. The Guru Nation. Shout out to Spencer. Fucking Miles, Neon P8. Y'all go make sure y'all go tap in with him. One of the illest in the game, cooking shit up.
The whole time.
Oh, my
Shout out to everybody. We were having steady 7 to 8 viewers. So shout out to everybody who hasn't seen that. And like I said, go check out the Instagram clips. Go check out the past YouTube, maybe a couple minutes just to see, you know, the crew and see how we get down. Go check out that episode where Bogey came through, man. He came through to the studio. It's a classic for sure, man. That's when, you know, they show the memes where they be like, my husband met his friend from the Xbox for over 15 years, and he be standing at the door all juiced. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
hey, real talk,
man. We had Bogey come to the trap, man. He came in
and this motherfucker right here, boy.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? And it was a family function going on. It was all love. It was dope, man. Like if I went on shrooming, I probably would have grubbed too, because they were like, "Oh, you hungry?" I was like, you know, we were already turning up. Like I was already drinking too. I was like, "Listen, we getting right to it." And like we pre-gamed for like 2 hours before we did the pod. So by the time we got to the pod, like I was shrooming pretty good. Where like the chair was like eating me, like type of shit. I was like, "Oh shit, y'all gonna be it." I was fear and loathing.
Damn, boy.
I think it's called Bogey, Fear and Loathing in the Heart2Start Studios. I think that's what the episode was called.
Man, we was killing.
But yeah, man, we'll get into those. Definitely check out JD if y'all want to check out. He's always on the GMM Network. You know what I'm saying? Bogey's always gonna slide through. We got other people that y'all be able to get real familiar with. We just gonna focus on for sure bringing y'all at least, you know, one form of content per week, you know, to 2, and we'll always make sure we get the wire info to y'all no matter what, and we'll definitely stay with the recap, and the recap will always talk about what's going to happen next week for you to think about. And then again, JD will always be popping in. I'll be able to pop in on the GMM Network. So if you want steady content, these 2 shows are definitely something you can get into. Man, Bogey, we appreciate you coming on again, man.
Appreciate you guys having me. And we're definitely gonna get you on Ace-Napolis. Kev, you know what I mean? Come through. Kev's a playmaker through and through. You know, he's a man of many hats. You know
pop. You know, it's between family time. You know what I mean? The business is full steam ahead right now, man. Shout out to Ellis Greens, man, hottest cannabis brand in California, soon to be multi-state operating. Hey, but I will say this, man. Anybody that's a new viewer, man, we appreciate y'all. And just to let y'all know, every year we do a live draft and a destination. We've been doing it for the league is about 15 years, and the traveling's been about 7. We'll be back in Scottsdale this year after going to Miami next year. So some of these footages are from a little bit of everywhere. And go check out the live draft from last year, YouTube. I hit y'all with the outro right now that we use as the intro so you can get familiar with how we get down. Heart2Start Podcast. We out.
I saying no. Niggas know how I'm bumming, nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is thick. Suckers wanna play and load my K until that bitch click. Big stick hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam. I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine. I'm on the goal line and I'm going for 6. Watch me up the scope. Caught him at the stove. He was with his hoe. Had to let him know. That's your ass. You don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up. Boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch. Get off dick. Tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air. You see me. I'm fly as bird shit. Never on no nerd shit. Why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke. You get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas talking about they in some gang shit. Nigga, you's a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you's a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe, cause hoes get dope. Man, you pussy ass a cat.
We fucking live, my niggas.
Tell him free to act. Feeling free of rat. You know he told how you sleep.